Welcome to another video by Cynic's Pokemon. In this one I'm going to continue shoutcasting battles with the Triple Dark Double Poison team, with the goal being to expand on how this team handles the broader meta. Even though this round of Ultra League is ending soon, I've been using this team for multiple seasons, and I do think it's a great team to build for the long haul. Hopefully this video will further demonstrate why. Going right into the battles now, we get a tough lead with the Talonflame. We're going to switch out. We're going to go to the Drapion. Get some energy, maybe throw an Aqua Tail if he stays in. So 2 Aqua Tails is enough to KO the Talonflame. Or if I could get an Aqua Tail here and then a foul play later. He switches out with some energy on the Talonflame. He brings in the Obstagoon, which is kind of a neutral matchup against the Drapion. We'll see. Maybe we can get a shield out of this matchup and then get some energy on the Scrafty. I think that's the short-term goal. Okay, so he's going to get to the Cross Chop here. It doesn't quite KO the Drapion, but he's going to get a little bit of a farm down, it looks like. We get the Aqua Tail off here, and we're probably going to get another one, unless he throws a move. Okay, so he has a decision to make. He can either let this go and get a farm down with the Talonflame, or he could shield up and preserve the matchups. He does preserve the matchup. I think this is probably ideal. Gets the Cross Chop here. It's going to do about 30, maybe 25% there. So you get a little bit of farm. We're going to switch out right away, and we want to see what he has in the back. He stays in to blindly throw a move. I'm not going to shield because I don't think he would blindly throw a Brave Bird at the Scrafty. So we don't want to shield the Flame Charge. We will shield the second one, though, because now it's boosted. And we see what he wants to do. If he wants to shield and keep ramping up the Talonflame, or if he wants to show us what's in the back now. It's a Cresselia. And this is a little tough because now we're right kind of in one Moonblast range for both Pokemon. We get the Dark Pulse off here. That puts him at about 40%. Throws the Moonblast. I switch out because I don't really have any energy left on the Muck. I need to get a foul play on this Cresselia. I think I don't necessarily need to boost it. So I go straight for it. Pupping might have been the play there. He baits me successfully. This is starting to look a little bit rough. He CMP ties me. Or I guess he gets there right before me because he wouldn't win a CMP. Moonblast is going to take me out. I'm not going to get to a move with the Muck. So I lose the first game there, and that's a tough one. I did want to shoutcast that not every game is a win. That's how it is with GBL. I did have some chances, but we just didn't get to roll the dice with the baits. On to game 2. We get a great lead with the Wolverine, and he actually stays in. So, of course, we stay in. I don't opt to pup here in case he switches out after I buff the Scrafty. I'd rather just go for the foul play. Go for a foul play and then farm down. And since he's staying in, I'm reading that he's pretty weak against Scrafty in the back as well. Goes for the Earthquake, brings Scrafty down to maybe 35. I switch out right away, which probably should have stayed in because Scrafty beats this Aggron pretty convincingly. But Drapion doesn't have a bad matchup here with the Aqua Tails. This is super effective damage here, and you get to them very quickly. Yeah, you can see, does a ton of damage. Next one will KO. You see what move he's going to throw here. We do survive the Heavy Slam. We get to this next Aqua Tail, and We see if he wants to preserve the Aggron, which I don't imagine he does. Yeah, he lets it go. And he brings in an Escav, and this is not the matchup I really want to see, but I still have a lot of resources to work with. I have a full muck. I survive a move, which I think I'm just going to let it go. I get the acid spray off, and I'm going to go right into Scrafty after this. I have energy on the Scrafty, and with a debuff defense, we're going to have buffed pups, and the damage is going to add up here. Yeah, he has to start shielding pups. But the damage with the counter is starting to add up. And I still have 2 shields to work with. So he's not going to get the 3 moves. His only chance is countering down. But it looks like I'm going to poison jab down first. Good game to the opponent. So that puts us in 1-1 for the set. And we're moving into game 3. We have Scrafty into Giratina. Kind of an interesting lead because I might need Scrafty in case there's a steal in the back. So what I prefer to happen here is that I want him to switch out. If he doesn't switch out, I kind of have to switch out. He switches out. Okay, so he brings in the Gyarados. I'm going to throw the foul play. I would have thrown it anyway. And this puts him in range for a crunch. Gyarados is not the bulkiest Pokemon, so 1 crunch will take him out. We survive the Aqua Tail. It's not really a strong move, but he gets to them pretty quickly. He shields. I start to move into Aqua Tail range, but he's still in crunch range. I'm going to start outpacing him. He double shields it. And I think, yeah, I shield this. I have the energy. He brings in Lapras, and this has turned into a pretty good situation because I'm going to be able to farm this down with the Scrafty. I did need the Scrafty. Like I pointed out, it wasn't a steal in the back, but it was something that was weak to Scrafty, and Lapras could be tough for my back line. Having Scrafty to deal with it is very valuable. And now I have the Alolan Muck that I could put on the Giratina Altered. So I start to pop up. I'm going to be able to exit this with energy. Brings in the Gyarados. Now my opponent's thinking that he just wants to get rid of these dark types. Maybe find a good matchup for Giratina in the back. But he doesn't know that I have a 3rd dark type. These ghosts, they have no place to go against this team. He's thinking, I finally got the Scrafty out of the way. That Drapion doesn't have much left, but here's the Muck. So, Muck wins that pretty easily. Opponent top lefts. Good game. On to the next one. We're going to have Scrafty going into Charizard. Not a good lead. We're going to switch out. We go to our save swap Drapion, and we start building up energy. Looking back now, I do make a mistake here. He's definitely not at the Blast Burn energy, but I shielded. I kind of freak out. Bad shield. I don't throw the Aqua Tail right away because I'm a little scared that he's going to try to catch it on something, and he does try to catch on Walrein. So I start unloading these crunches, but I don't think this is a good situation because I'm in range for 1 Earthquake. At this point, it is very important that I shield correctly. If I shield an Ice Spear, I start to fall really behind. This puts me back in the game, correctly shielding the Earthquake. He is in Aqua Tail range, and I'm going to throw it here. He shields it, and I can get to the next Aqua Tail before he gets to the Earthquake. And he decides not to go for the Earthquake. Instead, he's going for a play where he's going to try to farm down the Drapion. He's going to let this Walrein go. And he's going to bring Charizard in to farm down the Drapion. But before he does that, I can get to this next Aqua Tail, and he does need to respect it because it does do more than 50%. He puts energy on the Charizard. I bring in the Muck. And I bring in the Muck because I don't want to take the wing attack damage on the Scrafty. And I also think that there's a good chance that Scrafty might have a good matchup in the back, since his front Pokemon is a anti-fighter. So I throw the Dark Pulse there. It's enough to take him out. And we do find a good matchup in the back. We find the Ghost, and with the triple Dark team, no escape for the Ghost types. 2 Foul Plays is going to be more than enough. And on the other side, he will need, I believe, 3 Seed Bombs. We'll see the damage here. Yeah, he's in the yellow now. It would take 3 Seed Bombs to take him out. 2 Foul Plays, more than enough. We're going to take the win. We're at 3-1 at this point. It'd be great to close out the series at a 4-1. And we do get a great start here. Obstagoon is a good lead for Scrafty. We are going to look for him to switch out. But he does not right away. He opts to stay in and throws this Cross Chop. I don't like to throw the Pup right away because I don't really want to buff up in case he does switch, and he does. He brings in a Fire type, and I match that with Drapion because I have the Aqua Tails. And I get very spammy with the Aqua Tails. It's a 35 energy move. I only need 2 of them. And because of that, I start to respect whatever the Talonflame's going to throw at me. I know eventually in the 2 shield I can outspam him. As long as I'm pretty careful with the way I throw my Poison Stings into the Incinerates, he won't get too many free turns. So I should start to outpace him after this one. I shield up, and we see what he wants to do, if he wants to shield or he wants to let it go. I think the smart play for him is to let it go, seeing as I am going to start to outpace him. He does let it go. And he's going to bring the Obstagoon in. I think that's a smart play. He wants to get energy on that Obstagoon, so maybe he can throw some more Cross Chops at the Scrafty. But I still have a decently healthy Drapion, and I'm going to be able to throw out a lot of these Aqua Tails, which will chunk away. But he is over a Cross Chop here, and he opts to throw right away. And he's going to throw it into the Muck. I'd rather the Muck take the Cross Chop than the Scrafty. And we see what he has in the back. He is running an ABB with 2 Fire types. Typhlosion is like mega squishy, so 1 Dark Pulse will take it out. On the other side, 1 Blast Burn will take out the Muck. But I do have a little bit of residual energy on the Scrafty, close to a foul play. And this will be enough to take out the Typhlosion as well. I am outside of Cross Chop range, so yeah, it doesn't really matter that much that he gets this hidden. I just need 1 counter after this. And that's going to seal the win. That's gonna close out a nice 4-1 set. So between this video and my previous, you now have enough examples of how this team plays out versus most of the common meta. If you want to start putting it together, it might take some planning. Both the Scrafty and the Drapion need to be XL'd. The Scrafty can come from the 12 km eggs. A Lowland Grimer often comes from the 7 km eggs. You will need an event or a trade to find one with good PvP IVs. Drapion might be the most difficult to get. I farmed his XLs when he nested a few months ago. But anyway, I hope this video has helped. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section.